Go to the beach no matter how cold it is.
Eat, drink, be merry.
That's right. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, the issue with today is the wind. Mostly near the coast. Inland locations are not going to be too windy. We're seeing winds right now at about 7 miles per hour throughout much of the coastal bend. However, you see Port Aransas and Flower Bluff, 16-mile-per-hour winds. That's your sustained wind early on this Tuesday. And that wind has the feels like temperature, even at the beach, down to 37 degrees, 38 degrees there at Flower Bluff. Both air temperatures 44, 45 respectively. We're down in the low 40s for inland locations with similar feels like temperatures. Beeville is a feels like temperature of 35, Freer 33 for feels like temperature. But good news is the actual air temperature, which is what you are monitoring for freezing conditions, right? That is nowhere near freezing. We're at 38 degrees right now in Freer. We could still see temperatures fall a degree or two during the 7 o'clock hour before we really start to heat up by 8 o'clock. But look at this view. Okay, Corpus Christi. We are seeing 43 degrees again for your air temperature and northerly wind. That will pick up a little bit this morning before it dies back down into the afternoon. 56 degrees by 2 p.m. still could feel like it's a couple of degrees cooler than that with the breeze, the northerly breeze we will be dealing with. We'll see highs today around 60 degrees for inland locations, still in the 50s along the coastline. Our average high, by the way, is 72 degrees, so we're still running about 13 degrees colder than that. Let's talk wind though. Small craft advisory through noon. So coastal locations, you're going to see the windy conditions continuing through noon. A little bit further south, that's until 6 p.m. But it's about noon. Once we get past the noon hour, that's when we're going to see the winds start to calm down a bit. I do want to mention though, we could have some gusts over 20 miles per hour through noon near the coast, which has choppy conditions still at our local beaches and also our bays. Offshore though, at the beach even, we're still talking 4 to 7 foot waves out there today. Smaller waves are in store for us over the weekend, and that's going to come with some lighter wind as well. But I want to point out today is windy and Thursday will be windy. So Thursday is another day where it's not so great, especially on the coast. As we look ahead to Saturday, could be some good fishing weather. Temperatures will be a little bit warmer, so more comfortable conditions, light and variable winds. Sunday, we're also talking a northwest wind, 2 to 12 miles per hour. But for surfing, that would be great if we had waves. Right now, it doesn't look like we'll have much wave action with that offshore wind shaping up. But what I want to point out is your forecast highs do take another dip. So we warm up through Wednesday, then we dip again Thursday and Friday, then we go up again, as I mentioned, over the weekend. So let's talk about why. First of all, we're drying out today, which will clear cloud coverage out a bit. We see southerly flow returning into Wednesday, which is going to increase our moisture, increase our chance of rain. But this is coming out of the southwest, this low. So what that's going to do is also help increase our temperatures a bit. So even though we're going to have some cloud coverage at play, I do think we get closer to 70 on Wednesday. The actual cold front slides in Thursday morning, it looks like. Still a chance of rain, especially behind that front. Temperatures likely falling into the afternoon on Thursday, and then we'll be in the 50s by Thursday afternoon and into Friday. We keep the southwesterly flow aloft, so that's going to keep a chance of rain even behind that boundary. But what happens over the weekend is once again we see conditions clearing out. We see more sunshine, and that's going to allow those temperatures to heat back up again, even without a dominant southerly wind. Overall, throughout the upcoming week, we may see a southeast wind briefly overnight tonight into Wednesday, but our winds are mostly staying with a northerly component throughout the week ahead, which is keeping our temperatures closer to normal or colder than normal ahead. Alexis, Barbie.
Thanks, Carly.